actually through social media, I believe it was Facebook, I saw a post about him doing a fast for veganism. And I went out to go meet him while he was doing his fast in Stanley.
The fast was a part of an organization, a new organization called Love for Gaia. The organization will aim to promote vegan lifestyle and promote spirituality within the community. So it will officially start next year, but this was just an event to raise awareness. The idea for the event was that animals spend 36 hours without food or water when traveling from a farm to a slaughterhouse, and it's perfectly legal for them to be treated this way. So with that inspiration, I handed out brochures to people in Chinese and English, and had personal conversations. A few people went vegan and vegetarian. A lot of people pledged to eat less meat.
After the fast ended, did you get any responses, any feedback?
I received a lot of nice messages about people that were inspired, about how they were going to change their diet, and when they had a lot of questions, personal questions, and I gave them research information.
Where do you pull your research information? Like if people ask you about certain things, like what's your number one go-to?
My number one go-to is Vegan Outreach. They have a lot of great articles. And then for environmental facts, cowspiracy.com has a great facts page with bibliography. So that's where I go to for that. If it's just for animal cruelty reasons, I send them a Gary Yourofsky video.
Yeah, his stuff is super powerful. It's mind-blowing. It definitely gets you thinking. If it doesn't make you think, it makes you angry.
And just to make a quick note, like all the information that we get is always backed. I've never went on a vegan site that didn't have any resources or anything like that. So everything's completely backed, and they tell you where you can get the references or the resources for it. I don't know if you find that's the same thing. So
the number one question that I got asked during the fast, by the way, to clarify, it is no food, no water, and no sleep for 36 hours. Number one question was, well, what I eat is personal, so why are you trying to interfere with that? So a couple of days ago, I published an article on my website, loveforgaia.com, where I talked about the environmental reasons, the cruelty reasons, and very lightly touched on the health benefits. And usually I just include website links. I like to make it really strong. I added the authors and the specific which fact belong to where, and just so people, if you just tell them facts, they don't always believe you.
A meat eater.
I was a big meat eater for a big part of my life. I've only been a vegan for about 2 years. Just meat. As a Turkish person, kebab and all the other Turkish food delicacies, it's always meat-based. When I turned vegan, it was a strange conversion. Usually people watch documentary slaughterhouse videos. I woke up one morning and the message was kind of there, and out of nowhere it felt spiritual. It felt like the closest thing to God I have. So I researched, and then I was blown away. I was angry. I was sad. The ironic thing is I consider myself a feminist, an environmentalist, and an affectionate person, an animal lover. And it's like I've been none of those in my view after reading all these facts that I've been doing. Big thing that contributes to all the world's biggest problems, and all you're doing is buying shower heads and turning off the sink while you brush your teeth. It's makes you feel ashamed. And then recycling. It's it helps, but
driving less, walking more. You think that you're, pat on the back, like I'm doing a great job, but that is the statistics for that type of environmentalism is so small compared to what the effects of meat consumption, factory farming, all of that stuff does. The percentages are just through the roof in comparison.
Like water, saving water. People say, turn off the sink, collect rainwater, when in reality 5% of the water or something like that is used for private homes, while 55% is for animal agriculture. So
That a lot of that comes from, and I know this is where people say that vegans are conspiracy theorists or whatever, because I think that if you follow the trail, it all, ends up with most governments, funding campaigns, big companies, who's in their pocket, who's backing them. That you follow the paper trail, and that's where you end up, and it's really
even in our
mind-blowing and
schools,
scary.
even in our schools in elementary, they have the food pyramid with meat, eggs, and milk.
Exactly.
And it's made by companies that sell milk, eggs, and beef. So
Education system, all that stuff.
Exactly. And then most of the studies done on the health benefits of animal product consumption is done by those companies themselves. And the regulations for, animal products they aren't even regulations. They aren't even monitored. They're half of those regulations are set by the companies themselves, or the people who do the studies themselves.
into people's faces about these facts, because there's this thing, you create an identity throughout your entire life where you choose what you believe in and where you don't choose what not to believe in, and like this identity you build up, and then there's this fact that was shown to you and you've been doing it all wrong, and you feel ashamed, and it's totally normal to be angry and spread this message. But yeah, that's like
That was her.
Oh,
She's like, I went so long with my life. And in my mind, I'm like, you know what? But we're making a difference now. We make the change now. Like,
Yeah.
and I think maybe that helps us to be more patient.
Definitely.
Because it's like, you know what? Well, I've lived
I was there.
28 years of my life this way.
I was there too.
So what's like a normal day eating?
normal life.
Because there are people that are like, okay, yeah, we heard the ethical side of things, right? And then there's a lot of people that just want to focus on the nutrition side. So maybe this can be a bit of both. So like, how do you eat? What's like a normal day?
Normal day. Well, like to say that when I say what I eat in a normal day, that's not the only thing you can eat. Just to make sure they can eat better stuff, and like there are better choices, and like I usually have oatmeal with some fruits and nuts in the morning.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
Or just fruit actually in the morning, or oatmeal. And then for lunch I have a salad with a meat substitute, or tofu, or seitan. And it has quinoa, lentils, all the nutritions and things you need. There's also a lot of vegan junk food.
Oh yeah,
Tons.
Yeah. Tons. Lots
you
of
have to-
processed stuff.
Yeah.
For sure. And that's another thing is so many people think that vegan food is like bland and blah and healthy and blah blah blah, but there are tons of unhealthy vegans out there.
Especially people who go from a strict diet to veganism, they go, oh, there's all the stuff I need.
Yeah, and they think it's healthy.
Freezer.
They think it's good for you, but that's not necessarily the case.
If it's processed, it's probably not the best for you, whether it's vegan or not.
And we're not opposed to vegan junk food at all, because we have our days where we have our cheat days, if you want to call it. But for the most part, we eat a whole foods plant-based diet as raw as possible. It's not the easiest thing to do because you have to eat a ton more.
When you switch to veganism at first, it can be kind of hard, but after you get used to it, it gets easy and easy. And the only hard thing about it, in my opinion, is being flexible when you go out. So that's the only challenging part.
Yeah.
But all the places in Hong Kong I've been to, when you say, can you remove this cheese from this dish, you're totally fine with it.
This is Hong Kong. I'm pretty sure like in the US it's even easier. In other countries where they understand veganism a little bit more, even easier. So in Hong Kong, you just have to double check, especially because there's fish sauces, and if you say vegan, they think vegetarian, and it's a bit different. So just be thoroughly sure, and if you're not, then stick to sides.
The thing I would tell people is, don't be aggressive, don't be, well, I believe in this, then this, if you don't like it, screw you, don't say that. Just be calm, And when they ask questions, be ready with answers. Prepare your statistics, prepare your logical reasoning. And yeah, my parents, when I told them the reasons, they were quite shocked, and we looked over the research, and then they said, yeah, this is a more logical way of living, this is a more healthy and more beneficial way of living, so we'll join you. And so be patient, keep researching, keep learning, and there's a time and place for everyone. So the fact that not a lot of people know, we all know that like 34 to 76 trillion gallons of water annually are spent on animal agriculture, and that's the big fact that hit me. But not a lot of people know the fact that consuming animal products and using animal products directly supports world hunger.
It does.
Yes.
Yeah, so like 82%, the fact that surprised me the most, 82% of the starving children in the world today live in countries where food is fed to the animals, and the animals are shipped to Western countries.
Exactly.
And so, and there's enough food to feed around 10 billion people.
Yeah.
Do you really want to keep sending that $1 every week to that favorite charity of yours?
Just go
that
vegan.
supports world hunger?
You could do much more by going vegan.
Yeah.
Much more.
So, yeah.
No, and then that's the thing. So you're all gung ho about like helping people in the world, and this would be one easy way to do it, right? And then it's like, oh well, no, right? And then out of sight, out of mind, they push it away.
It's easy to just push something out of your mind and not, deal with it, not face the facts, and I can definitely say the horrors of animal agriculture, for sure, and not just that. I mean, just animal products in general, fur, leather. It is disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting and horrific.
Basically, we decided let's just give it a rest. Let's just give meat a rest for a while and detox and just do veggies and get nutrients. And then from there, we read How Not to Die by Dr. Michael Greger. So he's the nutritiontext.org. And basically explained how meat's really not that great for you. Like, it causes this cancer and this chronic disease and that, and basically if you eat fruits, veggies, potatoes, mushrooms, all that kind of stuff, you don't have to worry about that, right? Because you're getting vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, all that stuff. We were already not eating meat, so then we're like, okay, fine, we're just not going to eat it. And then we watched Lucent, to kind of seal the nail in the coffin, and from something that wasn't supposed to be veganism or permanent became that. And it was cold turkey. We didn't know any vegans. It was literally a snowball effect of, just information. Is there anything that you'd like to say, maybe on anything really that pertains to the subject, and also let people know where they can find you?
Sure. So Love for Gaia, loveforgaia.com is my organization. You can follow our website or our Facebook page. We'll host more events like 36-hour fast in the future, in the coming years. So if you want to join us, or if you want to support us on the days that we do these events, please follow the website. And yeah, we also post blog articles. So recently we posted an article about answering the questions why you eat a personal choice. So we went through environmental reasons, animal cruelty reasons, and the health benefits of all the reasons why what you put on your plate is not really personal, it affects everything. So yeah, follow us.
You want to hit people's